Hello Sagittarius, welcome to my channel Joy to the World, and I'm your reader Melissa Joy. We are up close and personal because it is windy out here, but I love being outside, and that's where the ease and the joy flows for me. So this is what we're doing for now until I have that set of microphones, which will be soon. So what you're showing me in this week's theme, the card that came forward, was about healing, leaving that perpetual winter, the karma, the cycles, the debts, the payments, the taxation, the interest charging, all of that other thing. The thing that can keep it limited and locked out, can keep it dragging on longer than it should. And you're showing me that you have dealt with more than your fair share of fuggery. Okay? Fuggery, all that stuff coming up around you, fugging with your mind. Fuggery, okay? We make up our own words here because I'm talking about feelings, and feelings sometimes need to have their own words because what has been here has been exhausted and is stigmatized. So we're not getting into that. We are getting into you, because I'll tell you about this man holding that little coin, that little promise, that little lure, that something's missing, friend, in this one. Okay, because in this deck, you see how the sun is back behind him, yet there's a light shining on his face. This little half light, half shadow that Jekyll and Hyde shiz is. Yeah. So whether this was a sibling, whether this was a friend, whether this was a lover, whether this was a job offer that went way wrong and didn't fulfill what it promised, like they promised Christmas bonuses and those things didn't come, and they're like, well, next time when you give a little more. This is like Saturn crap showing up here. A lot of Neptunian, master of puppets, pulling your strings. Okay, and Sagittarius, your heart can be so open and there for spirit that you often didn't mind earning the blessings, learning the lessons, and sharing the truths with others, because you're more meldable and you come back from it and you move on and you flow like water. But even though you're fire, you're like the blood in the human body. You're like the essence of the soul and the spirit. You just continue to move on past, and you let it go, and you move on, and you cut your losses. But that's not for you anymore, friend. That's why in the healing, leaving that karma, that perpetual winter, this is what is coming in as the topic, because you can see the adjacent possibilities. Some of those have been trapdoors, entrapment, being caught in to where when they go, you're left behind with all their mess. Like martyrdom is what I'm hearing. Paying the price for other people's messes. Sucking it up, soaking it up, moving it on. Not like you're going, give me a big old fat straw. No, it was like, oh my God, what happened? It's almost like being bowled over, blazed down, and you wake up like having hit your head going, what happened? Can anybody tell me what happened? And with it came like a tinge of amnesia so that it could keep occurring. I don't know who's been through this perpetual systems of like being taken advantage of, but oh, God bless you, loved one. Let's get into this. Let's get out of that shimmy shake of this. Talking about, oh, it's gonna, for some of you, it's curing some scorpionic energy. Remember, we are the whole zodiac, so you might have been on the cusp, but there's like a lot of lavender showing up in the background and needing to heal from the wounds of people's words, from the wounds of being a trusting soul that believes people when they speak to you that they're telling you the truth and that they're trustworthy, and then it switches and becomes like a den of thieves and lies. Okay. So let's go into that. Your cards that are showing up from the healings, that healing spirit deck or whatever else, are these three. I'm going to show them to you because I'm still blocking the wind, and then I'm going to take a look at them and we're going to talk about them. But in the background, I can tell you, is a big movement of changing and moving away from that, from being around people that you're trying to help grow. You feel for them, they start stirring with your feelings and create this like, oh, you're so great, that's so helpful, that's so whatever. But then the more time and the closer you get with them, you start feeling kind of like tense in your throat or your collarbones, or you get a little tired, or some snarky comments start coming out of them at you sideways, right? This adjacentness, and you start seeing a different side of them, right? Because the 4D, you look at it adjacently. 4D is heaven on earth. So it is really interesting that sometimes, say you're riding in a vehicle with this person and they're driving, you can turn and look at them sideways and ask them questions And you're going to start seeing some truth coming forward, because you can't be fooled by the eyes. Do you see what I mean? It's a trick I'm sharing with y'all. I mean, you can see spiritual stuff. You can see all whatever. And this isn't some hidden. You're not taking advantage of them. No, you're trying to figure out what all this mess has been. How did you get lured? How did you get trapped? How did you get whatever? How'd you fall for that? No more. Beauty, truth, and purification. We have the power of wood, raven, and pine. Oh, I love it. Pines are tall. They're sturdy and they're straight, but they can be snapped by some strong winds. Those things testing you and trying you. I love the magic dust that she's bringing in, a softer essence of orchid, of receptivity, of that femininity. They're wanting to get you to move more into people that are at your level. Okay, that's not your service to this world, to go down to the 3D and try and bring people up to the 4D. That doesn't happen. All right, there are those in life that ask for help, and when you watch their life take off from way beyond the little piece of help that you gave them, that's when you know those who are truly benefiting from it. And you're not here just to serve them. You're just a little assistant coming along, really just a friend, a confidant, whatever else, and you're being transformed by their transformation as well. Can you see what I mean? It has a lot of freedom and energy and movement in it. That's how you'll know, okay? But these other things where it really seems to bond in and get in really tight, trick. Okay, that's what you're letting me know. I'm just sharing it with you here. All right, so we have, what I'm really seeing show up here is more of the autumn season. So if you're showing up calendarically, again, these are timeless, but if you're showing up calendarically, what does the autumn remind you of? For me, it's a refreshing season. It's a season where a lot of the pressure and the pace begins to let up, to ease off, and it can be more of the natural. It can be more from your willingness instead of your have to and gonnas. It can be more like, oh, I'd love to this and this, and oh, let's go that and that. You see what I mean? I hear the phrase right on time, that type of energy. See how the red is the predominant color here? It really has to do with that base root chakra, which I'm just saying that because that's how so many people resonate with it. It's not just in our base, friends. That tube that goes up through the center of us all, where the Shekinah, the electricity, the lightning energy moves through, it's like a gobstopper. Those layers of the red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, the purple, the fuchsia, the ultraviolet, the iridescence, all those, they're layered through there. It should transcend and move all the way up and down through you, not just sitting in the base. It comes into the breath, into the spirit, into the life. Can you see? And so that you've taken charge of this. This is no longer the maniacal mind, okay? Because crows can show up either way. They can send in messages of doom or get you afraid of what's coming at you and get your energy to shift and your attitude and altitude to shift. That then it becomes a black hole and it draws in that. So you might want to check out the Scorpio healing reading, because there was a lot in there about the clustering of the energies and creating a gap, a vacuum, that black holes, those, it's not really dark energies, but consumptive, destructive, dissipating type energies coming in here. But see, you've taken charge of this. You're now familiar with it, and you're the one speaking. You're speaking with your mind, your glory, your glow, your energy. This is who we are, and this is how we navigate life. All right? You're like, we go, so that's our door. We're going straight forward into who we are. We're not falling for this anymore. Giving the power of our permission to any other person to woo us and to try and be our guru, our God. No, thank you. You are the one in power, and that's where your beauty comes in. This is like me, myself, or me, myself, and I. Do you see what I mean? Who you are and what you think and feel about yourself is of utmost importance. And who and what you are and think about yourself should not come from an evaluation through anyone else first. Not by how you've contributed to other people's lives or this world or spirituality or progress or projects or improvements or anything like that. Should be when you wake up, how does the vibration in your body feel? Are you still sizzling when the sun comes shining on through you, when a sunbeam pops out, when a rainbow pops out, when someone smiles back at you when they're walking down the street and you're like, oh, life is beautiful, life feels so good, I love how I feel today? That type of energy, okay, friend? So it's okay. I didn't even I mean, they're shuffled. They were ready. But this is flipped over on the top. It's like the cosmic blue and the green coming in together. What are you saying here? It has Neptune and Venus. Yeah. Illusions in love. Illusions in love. So for many of you, that's been lovers who have been attracting you and trashing you. And what's weird is the attraction that you're feeling to them is they just mirror back to you, your attractiveness. And that's why you're drawn to it. Oh my God. What a trick and a trap. But also there's beauty and life in this. I ain't getting all sucked up in that. You are so attractive. They like turn like a satellite dish and beam it back at you so that you think that you're attracted to them. No. How powerful and how usurpative. No wonder it could turn you on yourself and keep you running and keep you moving forward and keep you gunning, keeping you in the chariot going on. Some of you may want to check out the Cancer reading of what's going on in there. Oh my gosh. Well, let's just bust that right now and just tell you, friend, you are mighty fine. You have a massive attraction, massive sex appeal, because sex isn't just what you do with somebody else's body part, no, or with your own. No. That's not what we're talking about here. Remember, base root chakra, which is really your whole self. It's all those eyes, the I am moving up through there. There is so much confidence and self-assurance in you and ease and trusting the moving through life that you don't have to have all the answers before you flow. Your flow, my friend. Put some emojis down below on how you feel about your flow. When you are in your rhythm and you are in your flow, how do you feel? Fantastic? Yes. Delicious? Yes. Larger than life? Yes. How exciting. I vote for you. I vote for that, friend. No more of these diminishing energies to come and to take off of that and try and chop you down to size and bring you down to earth, because you got to learn lessons and be like everybody else. How dare you be so favored, so honored, so appreciated. You know what I got to say about that? No. I'm sweeping that off, getting that out of here, because I'm saying, yes, shine, friend, radiate. Be magnificent, be divine, be enigmatic, be erect. You know, your posture, your sway, your wiggle, all that, friend, all your rhythm, your juiciness. Man, you're like the spice of life. Bigger than salt and pepper. They had their moment, friend, but there's so much more to life here. And that's my dream and desire for you. I hope this has created a perfusion of all that is magnificent inside of you to start rising up and reminding you of who you are and what you were here for. You were here to enjoy and experience your life. That's it. That's your purpose and meaning right there, and not have to fall for that trap anymore of those lies. You don't have to come down to no 3D, friend. If you 4D, you are fully inhabiting this earth. You're heading up in the clouds. The cloud is down around here, and it's not any of those false promises and that fake Neptunian energy trying to crop up on you and get into your Venus, to get into your delight, your lovership of yourself, diminishing the way you feel about yourself or causing you to shrink back in any way. There is no pleasure in shrinking back from yourself. Boldly, friend, press forward. Go into the unknown, because it is knowable. Go into it. Dive into it. Delve into it. Backstroke in it. Breaststroke in it. Freestyle in it. Dance up in it. Rhythm, whatever, friend. Enjoy yourself. Love yourself. Live your delicious life. You stirred me up just with this reading. I'm so excited. I might have to comment to myself down below. I'm like, girl, rhythm is gonna get you. Rhythm is gonna get you. Rhythm is gonna get you. Woo. That's what it says. Okay. Chat with me down below, whether visual or verbal. Leave me some comments there so I can know who stopped by. And if you like this, friend, you ought to subscribe now, because it's only gonna get that much better. Hey, would you also do me a favor? Tap that little like button down below, okay? It's going to help these messages rise up to the top. We got to overtake this world with our juicy joyousness. Yours too, my friend. I'm excited for you. I love you forever. Bye.